So with today's warm-up, we're going to review how to write the equation of the line in y equals mx plus b. It's a three-step process, and each one of the questions will take you through one of those three steps. So first we need to find the slope or the rate of change, which is m. So we're going to do y minus y over x minus x. Because I put the 3 first on the top, the 1 has to go first on the bottom. So 1 minus negative 2. Go plus the opposite. And end up with negative 1 over 3 as my slope. And you do want to leave it as a fraction. Now to find the y-intercept, we're going to plug m into our equation. So y equals negative 1/3 x plus b. We know what x and y are because of our ordered pairs. So that's going to give us 6 equaling negative 1/3 times 3 plus b. Reduce down our fractions and we get negative 1 plus b. Going to add 1 to each side. And we find out that b equals 7. So that's what we need. We need m and we need b. So our final answer is y equals negative 1/3 x plus 7. So today we're going to look at a line of best fit. And basically what a line of best fit does is it allows us to estimate or predict what may happen given a scatter plot. So a line of best fit takes the scatter plot and it kind of cuts it in half. And then we can use that as an estimate of what the scatter plot might actually do in the future if more data was. So here we're going to construct a scatter plot again. With the construction of the scatter plot, you're going to want to be as accurate as possible. So we are looking at, I believe it's years.
Getting your picture of you, or are you just talking?
I'm just talking. So this is years since 2000. And then the y-axis will be the average cost per gallon. It looks like we went from 1 to 9, so that'll be 9 there, and 1. And our price looks like it went anywhere from $2.59 to $3.24. So we can start at $2.50, so 2.5, 9. That would put 3 right there. 3.1, 3.2. So at year 0, the price was $2.59. Year 1, $2.81, 60.70, so about right there. Year 3 was $2.67. $2.88 for year 4. So about right there. Year 5 at $2.70. $2.85 for year 6. Year 7, $2.88. Year 8 was $3.17. And year 9 was $3.24. Oh, that should be over here. $3.24. So now you want to create your line of best fit. And you create a line of best fit as we zoom in here. You want to draw a line that's basically going to split the dots in half, and you want to try to hit as many of the dots as possible. So I'm going to draw my line something like that. I didn't hit very many of the dots, but I do have more or less half the dots above the red line and half the dots below. And it seems to be following the general pattern of the line. At this point, you want to pick 2 dots that fall on the red line. They don't have to be blue dots. So I'm going to choose 9 and 320. So that point there, and I'm also going to choose 0 and 250. So now when we find our slope, we're going to have 320 minus 250 over 9 minus 0. 320 minus 250 is 70 over 90.
70 over 9.
Yes.
You're the one that said 90.
Apparently my husband's chiming in. So it would be 70 cents over 90. And that's going to give us 0.08 that we're working with as our slope. So now we're going to find B. Yeah, I know, but I corrected it then. Okay, well, it should be 0.70 over 9, not 90, just to clarify. So now we need to find B. So y is going to equal 0.08x plus b. If I were you, I'd pick the one with the 0 in it. So 2.50 plus 0.0 equals 0.08x plus b. And we know that x is going to be 0. So 0 times the 0.08 is going to go to 0. So we end up with 250 equaling b. Final equation, y equals 0.08x plus 250. Remember that the 0.08, this is the change per year. And that 250 is your starting amount. So here we're going to create a scatter plot and draw a line of best fit for the average age of animals at the zoo. So we're going to start, and the x-axis is going to be our average, and the y-axis will be our max. And it looks like we have anywhere from 8 to 41. So I think we might, I think 5s might be our best bet. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. Oh. And going up the side, we have anywhere from 20 to 77. So we might actually need to go by tens. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Alright, so the first average age was 12 and 47, so about right in there somewhere. 25 and 50, 15 and 40, 8 and 20, 35 and 70, 40 and 77, 41 and 61, and then we had 20 and 54. So again, I'm going to draw my line of best fit. And you want it to have the overall shape of the graph. Picking my 2 points, I'm ending up with 10 and 30. And I'm also ending up, where's another good one? There it is, 25 and 50. So 50 minus 30 over 25 minus 10. That's going to give me 20 over 15. Which will be 4/3, which will be the same as 1.3 repeating. I'm going to use the 10 and the 30 to plug in. So 30 equals 1.3 repeating times 10 plus b. So 30 equals 1.3 times 10 is going to be 13.3 3 plus b. Yes, that would still be 3 repeating, but for our sake, that's going to make the math a little more difficult. So I rounded that off. So subtract 13.3 from each side. And b is going to equal 16.7. So y equals 4/3 x plus 16.7. So here we have a warm-up for the second day. Again, finding our slopes is 70 minus 30 over 2 minus 1. Gives me 40 over 1, which is 40. Finding my b. 30 equals 4 times 1 plus b. Subtract 4 from each side. B equals 26. Y equals 4x plus 26. So here we have a scatter plot, and they've already drawn us a line of best fit. We're going to write the equation, and then it's asking us to make a conjecture, and a conjecture is a prediction. So we're going to predict what might happen in the year 2015. But first we need to pick out some points. So we need to pick 2 and 125. And we also need to pick, what would another good one be? Oh, I like 8. 8 and 250. So 250 minus 125 over 8 minus 2. So it's going to be 125 over 6. It's going to be 20.8. So 125, putting in my x and my y to find b, so 20.8 times 2 plus b. So 125 equals 41.6 plus b. Subtract 41.6 from each side. And we get b equaling 83.4. So final equation, y equaling 20 20.8x plus 83.4. Now the years, number of subscribers in 2015. This is the year since 1990. So year 1 is actually 2000, year 2 is 2001, 2002, 2003 for year 4, 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007, 2008, 2009. So 11 would be 2010. 12 would be 2011. 13 would be 2012. 14 would be 2013. 15 would be 2014. So we're actually going to use year 16. And it should make sense. It's been 16 years since 1990. So we're going to plug 16 in for x. So y equals 20.8 times 16 plus 83.4. Now it's just a matter of doing the math. 20.8 times 16 plus 83.4. So we would expect that in the year 2015, the number of subscribers would be 462 million. Same thing here, we're going to write a line of best fit. I'm going to use the point 3 and 200. And I'm also going to use the point 5 and 250. So 250 minus 200 over 5 minus 3. That's 50 over 2, or 25. 200 equals 25 times 3 plus b. 200 equals 75 plus b. B equals 125. So y equals 25x plus 125. And if you look where that line's about right across the y-intercept, it looks roughly like 125. In what year will they be, in what year there will be 425 foods claiming they are high in fruit? So we actually know the y value this time, the 425, and we're looking for the years. So 425 equals 25x plus 125. Subtract 125 from each side. And you get 300 equaling 25x. Divide each side by 25. And you get x equaling 12. So it's going to be 12 years since 2005. So you're actually going to take 2005, and we're going to add 12 to it. And we're going to get that in 2017. That's when there will be 425 foods claiming that they are high in fruit. Go ahead, try this one on your own. I know the graph isn't the best, but we'll see what we can do. So you're going to pick 2 points. I like 1, 60, and I also like 4, 65. So 65 minus 60 over 4 minus 1, that's 5/3. 60 equals 5/3 times 1 plus b. 60 equals 1.6 repeating plus b. Subtract 1.6 repeating from each side. And we end up with 58.4 equaling b. That looks about right where it's crossing. So y equals 5/3 x plus 58.4. In 2020, so we're going to do 2020 minus 1998. And we're going to get 22 years that we're plugging in for x. So x is going to be 22. So when I multiply 5/3 times 22, I get 36.7. I'm going to add that to the 58.4. And I get y equaling 95.1. That doesn't look right. Oh yeah, it does. Never mind. I was looking at the y-intercept. That's why I thought it didn't look right. But we're actually going to be out here at year 22, almost double the graph. So yes, we would kind of expect it to be up there in the 90s somewhere. Homework tonight is a worksheet. I'm pretty sure on the worksheet most of the scatter plots are done for you. And you just have to make the line of best fit and make the conjecture based on that. If you have any questions, feel free to come see me.